Confederation.
Okay.
Constitution, laws, the
Hold on,
United States.
don't read. We're going to break it down because you think this is some kind of reading thing. This is about testing my ability to do law on my land that I own, and your ability to not live here or have a job here or do anything here, sir, because you're a European. Watch what I'm saying. It says all debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution, which is 1789, which was never adopted, but you want to believe it's adopted. It's not. Shall be valid against the United States, which is owned by the Moors, my people, under this Constitution, as under the Confederation, which is the Iroquois Confederation, my people. They defeated the 13 colonies. You owe us money. You're bound to keep that going. Okay, let's go to Article 6, Paragraph 2. You're talking about law, statutes, and codes. Let's find out what you're practicing is criminal. You're treasonous, sir. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, which is our documentation of the Iroquois Articles of Confederation, Iroquois Constitution, the Iroquois Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1787, which we established the government, where we defeated the 13 colonies and turned the 13 colonies into the United States of America before George Washington was ever thought of. Okay? And so when you're talking about I'm practicing law, you better find out what you're doing, because you're going to get tested here. Okay? So we have a treaty, sir. You know it's the supreme law of the land, right?
That's what I was asking the last hearing, sir. Is it disjunctive or conjunctive?
You didn't ask anything. You don't have to ask. It's already in words.
Okay.
Okay? Just follow the law, and you'll be fine. Don't go outside the law. You'll have problems with me. I have a guillotine for all of you criminals.
Okay, is that a threat, sir?
No, this is what the law is on our land.
Is that a threat,
on our land, this is the law of the treaty.
Are you threatening me with a guillotine?
No, I said, won't you listen to me? Don't keep reiterating something I haven't said. Okay. I'm just telling you what the penalties are. That's what I'm telling you for high treason. The documentation.
What you're accusing me of.
Well, when you finish, don't cut me off. I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. You're going to find out right here. And this is where you being tested to see if you're following the law. Because so far from what I've seen, you presented people with statutes and codes. You and these lawyers up here can't do that. Won't you give people full disclosure about this treaty, that all people have treaty rights only. No constitutional rights. They only have treaty rights. And Miss Hawkins, you and I went through this case. And now you want to act like you bright and don't know nothing. You know better. I have you recorded saying you don't know law at all. And that you need to sue the law school to get your money back because you don't know law. Is that true? Ms. Hawkins?
Ms. Hawkins is not being asked questions today.
I'm asking questions here. This is the federal criminal investigation. Pull up my notice of appearance.
You're not going to conduct it on my time, sir.
Oh, this is our time, sir. You got cannons. You got cannons. You have a job. You have a 9-to-5 job.
So, sir, what relief are you asking for?
When I finish reading, don't cut me off. We're testing here.
Okay.
We're testing your ability, not my ability.
Okay.
I know my ability.
This is my birthright. That's fair. Go ahead.
Well, don't cut me off. I'm testing you. You want to test me? I'm testing you. Okay. I'm a federal criminal investigator. I am a judge in my court. This is my land. Where is your land? Where you come from?
I was born in Tacoma.
No. Where's your bloodline from? The treaty is about blood. Us and them.
My blood was born in Tacoma.
No, sir.
Yes, it was.
Where's your people's land? Are you a Moor, sir? Are you a Moor?
No, I'm not a Moor.
Okay, well, you can't live here or have a job here, sir. You can only do commerce here. This is what the Constitution is talking about.
Can we get back to Article 6?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay, let's finish. Because you're nasty inside. You're dirty. You're a criminal. And then you want to pretend you're cool. You ain't cool. You're pretending to be a Moor, sir. The United States is owned by the Moors.
Okay.
So how is it that you're sitting there acting like you're a Moor? You're an interloper. You're a con man. Now you want to test me? I'm gonna test you.
And I've heard you say that
Let me
before.
finish. I know you're not a Moor, so you can't live here. You're gonna go through this treaty, and Miss Hawkins know all about it because she's a con man too, con woman. All of you. If y'all don't believe it,
what if I agree, sir? Just a minute, sir. What if I agree that this court has no jurisdiction?
I haven't asked you about jurisdiction.
Just a minute. If this court has no jurisdiction to determine the validity of the treaty you referred to, if I said that, would you agree with me?
Sir, only a noble can use the treaty. You're not a noble.
But do you agree then that this?
No, I'm not going to agree anything until I finish talking to you.
Okay,
then you'll find out whether or not we're talking. When we finish finding out what you have to do, then you'll know whether or not I'm practicing law or not. This is what we're talking about.
Okay.
You accused me of a crime, sir.
Yes, I did.
Well, you better have something to back it up when I finish.
Okay,
I'm gonna choke you out.
You're intending to speak of Miss Ritchie today, aren't you?
Sir, when we finish, don't cut me off.
Okay.
Your ability to hold court, you can't do. This is what I'm going to show you right here.
Okay.
Now, our treaty is the Supreme.
And if you would let him educate you, he's trying to educate you. And you keep cutting him off. I implore you to just, take a minute and listen to him and stop feeling attacked. But he's really educating you.
I'm not feeling attacked. I'm just trying to understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Just a moment. Just
listen.
What I understand is that I have no jurisdiction. Because of this treaty, I have no jurisdiction to decide anything in this case.
Jurisdiction, sir. You made that up. I haven't said that.
Then what is the point?
Pay attention. If you shut up, you learn.
I will when you get to the point.
Can you go? I need you to read.
Just be quiet.
I need you to read. What he was telling you.
Yeah.
Right.
With
that's
comprehension.
What we were talking about, and we've kind of gone off on this tangent. So what is Article 6? The rest of it.
You need to learn, sir, because you're outside of the law.
6.
I've seen you human traffic people, sir.
Okay.
You're a human trafficker, man.
You've said that.
Don't play with me.
Let's establish something new. What else?
You're going to establish what's here.
Okay.
There's nothing new. And don't you make up laws on the bench, sir.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's what you're trying to do, to implore or insinuate that I'm practicing law on my land.
Okay. Well, we've talked about that. So how about Article 6?
Well, we're going to do that. We did it last time, and you choked up and said I'm not bound. And I asked you for your oath of office, and I have it in writing. So let's finish. And don't cut me off, because you have cannons, sir. I know all of your stuff. Okay. Now, I'm going to start all over. You owe us money from the first article. Okay? The Confederation, the Iroquois Confederation. That flag y'all see with the KKK members running around here with the cross, with the flags, with the stars. That's Moorish. That's the Moorish flag. But your Europeans are running around here saying it's mine. We're the Confederates. You're nothing.
Okay.
We're the Confederate. You stole everything, and then you want to sit in my place pretending you can represent somebody on my land and say you got a court. You don't have a court. You're bound to the Moors. Let me finish. Let me finish. I don't need you to ask me any questions. Just let me finish talking. And you'll know when it's your turn, sir. Don't cut me off. I'm charging you as a war criminal.
Okay.
All of you. Y'all better take me serious, because my court is online. They listening to you.
Okay.
Now, you lied to me, saying you were not bound. And watch. Okay, we're going to read this part again. You took your time when you were stealing those people's money with the statutes and codes. You're going to take your time learning about your job. All of you. All of you are criminals. You don't have no rights to be a lawyer on this land. All lawyers are forbidden. Watch. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, which is owned by the Moors, shall be the supreme law of the land. And the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Are you bound, sir?
I'm bound by the Constitution, of course.
Well, did you see what it said about the treaty being the supreme law of the land?
If the treaty relates to what I do, I'm bound by it.
Well, I haven't seen you do anything today treaty-wise.
Okay.
Nothing. Nothing. All of you lawyers, nothing. Watch. And the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding, meaning you can't use nothing outside of the treaty, statutes and codes, anything you're talking about. But you used it today. So you're saying you're bound to the treaty, sir?
If it applies to what I do, yes.
It applies, sir. Your job comes from the treaty. Watch. This is Muslim law. Only Muslim law can be here, not statutes and codes. Don't you have case law saying that statutes and codes you have to give consent to that? Let judges use that, so-called judges? Man, you're not a judge. You're a con man.
Come on.
The United States is owned by us. That's what I'm here for. You human trafficked Empress Tajiri, like Tajiri Bay and others. That's what you guys are doing now. Watch. So you're using statutes and codes to human traffic people, correct? Is that part of the treaty, sir?
Are you asking me a question?
Yes, sir, because you testing my
I have no idea if it's part of the treaty.
Oh, okay. We're going to get there. Because that's what we need before you even begin to think that you're running the show. Because you're a con man. Okay. And it says here, the senators and representatives, before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation. I asked you for your oath last time and your bond because you said you weren't bound. Now you want to play games like, well, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. You crook. Yes, you did. You ain't nothing, man, but a liar. And that's why I'm here to crack your face open for lying.
Okay.
Stop lying.
Is that another threat?
No, I'm saying with words, sir. Well, you want to be threat? I'm over here on the computer, man.
Well, you're talking about breaking my face,
man. I'm showing you don't have no ability to do what you're doing. And so I'm telling you, you're pretending to be a Moor. Only a Moor can run this rule here, be a judge here. You're not a Moor. That's what the treaty is saying. When you go through this here, you're going to see that you can't live here. You can't have a job here. The house you live on, in mine. You'll see. That's what I'm going to show you right now. Now, the senators and representatives before mentioned, and all members of the several states and legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. Now, this qualifies all of you guys to see, are you bound? All lawyers on this hearing, let me hear if you're bound to the Moors. Hello?
I have no
Hello?
I have no jurisdiction to determine that.
Sir, I didn't ask you about determining anything.
Jurisdiction.
You haven't proved your worth yet. Are you bound to the Moors, sir?
Yes.
No.
Well, how is it that you got your job? That's what the treaty.
I was elected by the people of the city of Federal.
The people can't elect you to do nothing because you're bound to the treaty. Pull up the treaty. Let's find out what you're talking about.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Okay. I can't you won't let me allow me to present my screen. Yeah, you're bound, sir. You haven't used anything but statutes and codes today. You and the lawyers talking about you're gonna ask. You don't have authority to have them to do that. Sir, you're going to find out you don't have authority to do anything. Huh?
Go ahead and share the screen.
I'm asking, okay. 1 second. Because you're out of bounds, sir.
Okay.
All of you. You want to talk about me. This is Morocco. You see where it says on the top of the land of the CF document?
No.
See that I'm sharing the screen?
No, it's nothing's coming up.
How do you share the screen to make sure?
Well, because it actually has to be on your screen. It can't be an independent document. You'd have to hold it up to the camera. Otherwise, if it's not on your phone, you won't be able to share it.
It's not. I'm on my computer.
Okay, if it's on your computer, you should be able to share screen.
Well, that's what I'm.
You just go down to the bottom and put share screen, and then pick the document you want to show.
I did that. You don't see anything?
Yeah.
It might take a second to get there. Well, I filed it in the court record. Pull up my file, and you can find my document, my notice of appearance. And
what's it called? What's it called?
Well, the document is my notice of appearance. Pull that up. Let's get there first so you can see why I'm here. Because I don't believe you understand what I'm here for. I'm not here to attack you. The treaty is a document. It's the document of the Europeans or the 13 colonies surrendering to the Moors after they lost the Revolutionary War to the women. Our women defeated the 13 colonies, sir. They ruled the earth. And you're in their way from ruling. Because you're saying they're bound. But you
I don't see the document in the file.
You don't see my notice of appearance? I talked to the clerk yesterday again.
Okay, just a moment. Sharon, could you tell me where that is? Can you see it? I got U.S. District Court waiver of document, U.S. District Court civil cover sheet, removal of the U.S. District Court, waiver of counsel, habeas corpus light, Tajari
These are
Bay.
my documents, not hers.
And then appointment of counsel. That's appointment of counsel is a different document for Ms. Hawkins.
No, my documents are filed on your court.
Here, just a moment.
Okay.
Here we go. Up higher. Just a minute.
I can assure you I'm not practicing law on my land, sir.
Okay.
Here.
They looks like they have the case numbers on them. Let me do something.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, that's the treaty.
Okay. Now you are sharing it now.
All right, appreciate you.
It's showing up.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to move your how do you move these people out the way in the camera or the video?
I don't think you can.
Okay. Well, I got enough room to read what I want to say. As you can see, where you are, sir, is called Morocco. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, you didn't know that, but you're sitting on the bench. When you're dealing with the Moor, you're not dealing with a citizen at all. You're dealing with the landowners called Moors. Scroll down to Article 21. This is a court order, sir. This is when your ancestors surrendered. You'll see Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams listed in there. Now I'm going to show you let's go Article 21 and stop it right there. It says, if a citizen of the United States shall kill or wound a Moor, which I'm not a citizen, I'm a Moor, or on the contrary, if a Moor shall kill or wound a citizen of the United States, the law of the country shall take place. Our law is not your law. This is our country. Okay? And equal justice shall be rendered. I haven't seen equal justice rendered today, sir. The counsel assisting at the trial, counsel, and if any delinquent shall make his escape, the counsel shall not be answerable for him in any manner whatsoever. So as you can see, let's go to article. Let's finish that. Let's study this real quick. So as you can see, who's the citizen, sir? Judge David Larson.
Based on your interpretation of law, I don't know anymore.
Sir, you're reading the document.
I know what I think is citizen of the United States.
No, not what you think, sir. I'm going to show you what it is in a second.
I'm acknowledging, sir. You're telling me that what I think is incorrect.
I didn't say you were incorrect. I was asking you to look at who's the citizen and who's the Moor. That's what I'm asking you. Why are you complicating it? This is not complicated. It's in writing, sir.
Okay.
You're complicated if you want. This is not a spin game.
Is there any evidence in this case that before this court that somebody got killed?
Sir, you don't know. See, you shouldn't be sitting there ruling on my land because you don't know what this document is. Your family lost the war to the Moors, sir. You surrendered to my people. And when you've listened and stopped playing games about You know what a citizen. You don't know what a citizen is. You think I'm trying to make something up. Follow this first before you start going after 1787. See, sir?
My family is living in Sjónfjord, Norway in 18th century.
Okay, sir. Look, let's don't go off into that. Let's just stay focused, okay? I see you have problems focusing. I'm going to have to help you, okay? You're a citizen. I'm a Moor, okay? Is that fine with you?
I'm a citizen, yes.
Okay. You're not a Moor, right?
No, I'm not Moor.
Okay, well then, a citizen is somebody that, listen, go to Article 14. Remember, you are in my country now.
You got control of the screen, so you got to go to 14.
No, I'm not turning anything.
I'm not doing it.
Somebody's doing it. I can't access it.
It's magic.
Okay, keep going down to 14.
Are you doing it?
Stop right there. It says, see, sir, this is what the treaty is about. It's about you being rich. That's all it's about. But George Washington hid these documents from you. They need you to help this con gang to continue. Because if you know what's up, you would never do what you're doing. Watch what I'm saying. This document here is what your people negotiated to get after they lost the war. They were women, the Moroccan women. The commerce with the United States, which is with the Moors. Remember, I talked to you about you owing us money in the Constitution underneath Article 6, the first paragraph. Okay, shall be on the same footing as is the commerce with Moorish Spain, or is that with the most favored nation for the time being. It's none now. My job is to put it all back. Okay. And their citizens, which is not me, shall be respected and esteemed to have full liberty to pass and repass our country, sir, and seaports, our seas, sir, 7 seas, whenever they please without interruption. Because you were doing commerce on our land. So I'm going to ask you, are you doing commerce right now?
No.
Well, you're in violation of the treaty, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so now, wait. Now, you're saying you're not doing commerce, so then if you're not doing commerce, what are you doing?
I'm trying to run a court.
Well, you can't do it. Because you can't live here or have a job here.
Then, sir, I have a question for you that can maybe short-circuit this a little bit, because I find this very interesting.
It's not about being interesting. It's about being...
I know, but the thing is, understand that it's different than what I know, and you and I agree. Yeah, and you and I agree that what you think and what I think are different, and we can accept.
It's what the United States was created from, sir.
Right, but the ultimate question I have for you is what, as I'm sitting here, what do you think? What are you asking me to do or not do in this case? In this specific case that's before the court, or cases, what are you asking me to do or not do?
Okay.
Dismiss.
Sir, you charged me with practicing law on my land. Didn't you?
No, but that has
no, sir.
Sir, with this case, because I don't get to charge people.
Sir, you're talking about citizens and Moors here. That's all you're bound to this treaty, isn't it? A treaty?
I understand, but
well, don't start being bound to something else, to understanding anything, because you're going to mess up the contract. I didn't ask you to change things. You're changing it, sir. Pay attention.
I'm not changing it. I'm not changing anything. I just.
Well, what are you talking about?
What you want me to do or not to do today?
Well,
these cases.
Sir, what I'm going to have you to do is pull up my notice of appearance. You'll see what I'm talking about. You can't live here or have a job here, sir. You're pretending to be a...
So you're asking, you want me to voluntarily leave the United States?
Sir, I'm kicking all of you out the United States. Okay. You're not supposed to be here. What you're doing is... Hold on. I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
You won't pay attention, and I'm going to have to force you to pay attention, because you think you're not a citizen. Obviously, because you're sitting where a Moor can sit. Only a Moor can sit here, where you are, sir. That's what I'm explaining to you. What do you think you're doing? You're an interloper. You're a pretender. You're a con man. You're trying to con Pauline Richie Moore to come to this fake court that says you can't live here or have a job here, but you want to rule over her, sir. Is that correct?
I just want to,
You're bound to it, sir. I'm just asking you simple questions, man. You spin all the time. Don't spin here.
You asked me a question. I'm answering it. You don't have to agree with my answer.
I'm not agreeing to anything.
So she's charged. Just a minute. Again, you don't have to agree with this, and I'm not asking you to. But she's been charged by the city of Federal Way with a crime of false statement to public servant in one case. She's been charged with the same charge in another case, and she's been charged with criminal trespass in another case. The criminal trespass is alleged to have occurred on February 8th of this year. The false statement is alleged to have occurred on December 10th, 2017. And the other false statement is alleged to have occurred on October 10th, 2017. Those are the three cases before this court. I have no jurisdiction to decide the treaties between the Moors and the United States, whether the United States is owned by the Moors. I have no authority whatsoever. I have the authority to rule on issues related to City versus Pauline Ritchie in these three cases with these three charges. And that is it. No other authority to do anything.
Sir, I just read Article 6 to you, paragraph 2, telling you that you're bound. Some kind of way you spin your butt right around to the other side to bypass the treaty. I'm talking to you only about the treaty. That's the only thing you can talk about, sir.
Okay, then what part of the treaty am I like? What part of the treaty?
Let me finish talking. Let me finish talking. This is the only thing you're bound to.
Okay.
Why are you talking about something else?
What are you asking me to do with the treaty then?
Well, sir, your job, this is Muslim law, sir. You surrender. Your people surrender. This is what we're here for.
Okay.
You're a human trafficker. The treaty does not allow for you to take people. Somebody scroll to Article 16, please, because he seems to be a spin doctor, and he's got some other agenda. This is Morocco, sir. This is not the United States of America. The United States of America is a business between the Moors and the United States citizens who were only to do commerce here and supposed to be rich is I don't know what. That's what this is about. George Washington hid this treaty from you, which is your birthright and my birthright. Simple as that. When you start using statutes and codes that you said you charged Pauline Ritchie with, you're a criminal. She's bound to this, you're bound to this, and you can't go to something else. That's what all of you lawyers are doing. You're all criminals. So
you're asking the court to dismiss the charges then?
No, I didn't ask you to do nothing. You're not the court, sir.
Okay, then why are we talking?
Sir, I'm trying to show you what you challenged me. You said I'm practicing law. Let's finish this part. I'm not practicing law. It's you that's pretending to be me.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. You're bound to protect this. But you want to spin everything back to statutes and codes. You want to spin everything back to like you run stuff. You rule here. Sir, you're a citizen. You can only pass and repass our country and seaports whenever you might please. And it wasn't this far west either. Okay, so when you talking to me, I can only talk to you about this, sir. I do escrow. I do law. My job is to protect, defend, and enforce this treaty. And when I see people like you talking about, well, sir, I'm going to give you 5 years and some probation, I was like, this man is out of his mind. He must don't know he's talking to Moors. Do you know Mexicans and Moors? This is the original land of theirs, too. This is my family. I'm here to protect them. Let's read Article 16, because I don't think you have a comprehension about you pretending to be a Moor. And you're saying, well, that's not what I learned. Well, the Constitution is void, too, sir. It's not law at all. It was never seen by the emperor. It says in case of a war between the parties, and we are at war because I have lawyers and judges saying that right in open court, okay? The prisoners are not to be made slaves. You made Sharon and other people, I mean not Sharon, but Empress Light Juri Bey, made her a prisoner, a slave. You can't do that per the treaty, sir. And you're talking about you can lock people up. This treaty does not allow for people to get locked up at all. But you're bound to this treaty. But I see you locking people up. Can't do it, sir. Can't do it. All you lawyers are quiet, huh? All your degrees are void on this land. All lawyers are forbidden on this land. Now, you don't like that? Judge, too, he's forbidden. He's not a Moor. You have to be a Moor here, sir. You can't live here. That's what I'm telling you. You're reading, even though you're reading it, it's ineffective here. All Moors are immune. But let's finish this.
Okay, sir, let me tell you what you've convinced me of, okay?
I'm not finished yet.
Okay, well,
I'm not finished yet. When you finish, you can give your conjecture.
I think you almost are. But
no, when I finish reading 16, you can give me your conjecture.
Go ahead.
Okay. In case of a war between the parties, the prisoners are not to be made slaves, but to be exchanged one for another, captain for captain, officer for officer, and one private man for another. And if there shall prove a deficiency on either side, we don't have any prisoners locked up. It's you, all you con men, you human traffickers. I'm coming to get all of my people. You're on my land. Get off of my land. This is serious. This ain't something where you can spin back to the statutes and codes, Judge David Larson. You're not a judge here at all. You better judge this. You start going outside of that, it's the supreme law of the land. You're not using supreme law. You're using statutes and codes that y'all made up to bypass our birthrights, to rob us blind. You're not going to do that here. You're not going to take Empress Light or anybody else. You better hand me your oath of office and your bond, all you lawyers too. Because you're human trafficking people. You got to stop. Okay? You got private people locked up. Can't do it. We at war. You're killing our people in the street. And you're talking about, let's go, sir. No. You're going to take your time with this case because you challenged me. You charged me with a crime with your mouth, sir, on my land. I'm the protector, defender, and enforcer here. I rule this. You're not a judge. You're a pretender. You're trying to be a Moor. You can't be a Moor. You're a citizen. Pay attention. You're out of bounds. Hand over your bond. Okay. Got a problem with that?
Anything further?
No, I'm not finished. I haven't finished since 16. I asked you to hand over your bond last time, and I need it now. And the rest of you. You're not going to be on my land practicing. Plus, federal way, the land belongs to me. I'm here to take it. Tell them that. Ask them about that email I sent them where I said, give me your bond, Mayor, and all of the rest of you. Give me your bonds. You scared? Provide them. You want Sharon? You want Empress Light? Provide it. You want to provide her? Provide me with your stuff. You can't do nothing here on my land. Let's see. You got people as private men locked up. Can't do it with a treaty. And if there shall prove a deficiency on either side, it shall be made up by the payment of 100 Mexican dollars. Mexicans are Moors. For each person wanting. We don't have prisoners. I want all of the 2.5 million people in my hands. Right now. You're bound to it. But you want to play, let's spin back to the statutes and codes where I'm comfortable. This is your job here. Your job comes from here. But remember, you can't live here, have a job here. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't even attend schools here. But you went here. You went to schools. You're going to fix all of that. You're going to leave my land. Human traffickers.
Okay, anything further?
Finish that, sir. Don't rush me. Okay. This time, your ancestors surrendered to my people. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. It's us and them. The Moors and the citizens. You haven't even gone through the treaty, but you're so impatient. You think you're going to rule today on something? This case here has something to do with Joe Biden. I sent this case to Joe Biden, sir. When you look at my notice of appearance next after I finish this, because you're so, I don't know what to call you, but you're not a judge, okay?
You're a citizen.
It is agreed that all prisoners shall be exchanged in 12 months from the time of their being taken. I asked the governor, Jay Inslee, to provide me or give me all my people years ago. He's hiding. He's hiding behind the Moors' power. You're using the Moors' power, man. You're putting Moors in prison with the Moors' power. And you're not even a Moor. But you think, oh, the job you got, you can do. You can't do, sir, even if it looks right. It's a trick. You were supposed to be rich instead of having a job. That's what I'm telling you. You were born rich, sir, and you want to fight against it. Think about it. You went to school for 12 years all the time. You were supposed to do commerce here and be rich. But you want to human traffic people. You think that's the real job. It's not the job here. You can't do nothing here, so you have to go. And yeah, you're going to deport yourself. You see it right here. Deport everybody. That's what I'm demanding. But when you see my notice of appearance and my charges, you'll know I'm serious. And yes, I am talking about our law is the guillotine for high crimes like this on our country. Now, you think I'm threatening you? Where's your country?
Anything from the city?
Now, the city is not a country, sir. You can't represent nothing here. Pay attention. You keep reverting back to you can do something. You're on my land. You're in my court. Pay attention. You bound to my court. Right here, this is a court order. Pay attention.
Actually,
okay, let's finish.
I'm trying to revert back to the fact that I can't do anything, and
Well, let's finish. Don't revert back to nothing. Follow the treaty, sir. You do that slow, don't you?
Just a minute, sir. I'm agreeing.
I'm the court, sir. What are you doing? I just told you you're a citizen.
I'm afraid not, sir.
You're a citizen. I'm afraid you're a citizen.
I'm afraid not.
You're a bypass.
I agree with you and say that I have
you can't agree with the treaty, so you're not bound. Provide me with your oath of office and your bond.
Is concluded. Thank you.
Yeah, because you're a criminal.
End the hearing.
You're a con man.
Go off the record.
More.
End this round. End it. No, I want everything in the whole meeting.
Well, that's it. That's how it ends. They know what they're bound by.